what an incredible feat, putting the City of London on wheels. Once you've been ingested, there's no going back. It's a new life for you, roaming the great hunting ground. At least that's how my character Tom would have seen it earlier in the movie. Everyone in London is part of a finely oiled system of tiers, a hierarchy. And it all started with author Philip Reeve's brilliant idea to stratify humanity aboard this mighty traction city.
Philip Reeve has created a whole society on board these moving cities. I've never seen a city the length of about 10 football fields with theatres and pubs and everything else kind of rumbling along the ground.
New London is built on a series of tiers. Down at the bottom, it's quite a big area. That's where all the refineries and the engine rooms and the smokestacks are, and all the big dismantling yards where they pull apart the towns they catch. That's where the poorest and hardest working people live. The tiers above that are low-grade housing. And then as you get further up London, the housing gets slightly better, and there is more areas of parkland. A bit more daylight gets in. And when you get up to the very, very top, that's where the high-ranking council officials and the really rich merchants and people live. And this was one of the ideas that came to me as soon as I thought of Traction Cities.
It tends to get gloomier in colours as you go down the tiers. Everything kind of meshes into these dark greens and dark blues and blacks and greys.
The bottom one is called the gut. It's where the jaws of London open and it absorbs other cities. It chases down and takes other cities in, and so it literally is ingesting them into a gut.
Stop her!
It's like going into the London sewers, you know, but a huge, wide space with a lot of smoke and a lot of flashing light. We built a set called the Netherborough Station, which is the lowest cupola station in the city.
The cupola basically was inspired by London's double-decker buses. It's connected to, effectively, a London Eye wheel.
As you go up tier by tier, the people get more and more wealthy. You've got museums, you've got shops.
Welcome to the beautiful streets of London. We are on the 3rd tier of the London Traction City.
The attention to detail is crazy on this, you know, down to the little quirk coins. You can go into the shops.
It's an interesting futuristic world because it's so utterly familiar at the same time as being so very, very strange.
Follow me down the quirky little laneway. So our cheese shop sells algae cheese, of course. Delicious. And then our next shop is the Goggle Box Screen Repair Store, where you can upgrade your goggle box. And then we come round to Tottenham Court Station.
I mean, it completely boggles the mind. Sometimes baffles me, like, how we get all this stuff done.
And that's it.
And then at the very apex of the city, which is called top tier, that's where the wheelhouse is, where London's steered and controlled, and where St Paul's Cathedral is, which is very much a symbol of the resurrected London.
The first tier is the homes of the Lord Mayor, Valentine, and those sorts of people.
All the London tiers go up in levels of suspension and shock absorption. So the higher up you go in London, the less vibrations you get from the city.
The upper class of London, they've essentially got their own, almost like lily pads, that would all be individually on suspension systems.
London has a social strata, from the working class right through to the Lord Mayor.
There's lots of worlds within the world that start intersecting. It becomes very compelling for that reason.
It is a massive city, but it's got a really beautiful human scale to it.
Welcome to London.
Hierarchy is so connected to the world we live in today. So I think the world of London is actually very tangible.
Tonight, London is going to demonstrate its new power.